Okay, so we're picking up where we left off. We just finished the floor plan and the elevations. So we need to go ahead and work on our next page. Let's go ahead and hit 6. Looks like that's elevations. I no longer need this page. I already did it. You can come up here where it says X and delete the page. And it's going to say, do you want to delete everything on it? Yes, you do. So now it takes us to the next page, which is a foundation plan. We're not pouring a foundation for this, but we do need to show the plumbing locations because they will be cutting into a slab. So let's go ahead and close our elevations. We don't need them anymore. Go back to our proposed, and we're going to go to foundation plan view. Looks like I forgot to turn these off. This stuff. So you just click in the room, hit O, and then rooms labels you can turn off for this particular layer. We don't need this wall on this layer. We do not need this wall on this layer, which is going to be tough to grab, but we got it. Do not need this wall or this wall or this wall on this layer. We don't need any walls, any of our interior walls on this layer, because none of them are bearing and none of them have plumbing behind them. So what we're going to do now is open them, open objects. We're going to go to layer, see where it says walls normal. Click on here, and we're going to put it on walls not for foundation. Hit OK. Should be good there. Let's double check that they're still on my floor plan. They're not, so we need to turn them on here. So let's go ahead and go here, down at the bottom, because we changed the layer that they're on, where it says walls not for foundation. We're going to check that box, hit OK. So now they're here, but they should not be here. All right, so we have that set up. Again, let's do it one more time because I know that can be kind of confusing. Let's go back to floor plan view. You click on the object, open it, go to layer. See, now it's on walls not for foundation. Before it was on walls normal. We want to change it to walls not for foundation. You're going to hit OK. And then when you go to the other plan, which would be the floor plan view, you're going to go ahead and check the box for walls not for foundation. Okay, so let's go back to our foundation plan view. We need to go ahead and drop dimensions because they're going to be cutting in the slab. Put a drain for this. Let's go ahead and just pull it from the inside of this wall. Let's pull it from the inside. Let's do it here. Here. There. All right. You can make this dimension smaller so that it fits. It's at 6 inches. Shoot for 5. No, let's make it 4. So click on it. 4 inches. Now it's tucked in. 1 foot 2. Let's go ahead and make this one 5 inches. one. Okay. It all fits nice. Fits nice. So we're good there. This shower drain. Go ahead. Drop a dimension from here. Let's make that 5. Okay. We have all of that. Set. Now, we're gonna have a wall partition here that I actually what we're gonna do, we need to move this wall here. We need to change that layer. We're gonna say open. It's gonna be line style. And see where it says layer CAD default. Click on the drop down. We're just gonna put walls normal. There. Click OK. Now that's going to think it's a wall. It's not going to be in 3D or anything, but now as we move through our layers, see, now it's here as a wall. That's what we want. We need to draw a detail for this wall. And it's going to be a little tricky because it's not going to be a standard wall with a top plate and a regular top plate, because there is going to be already an existing lintel running over this garage opening, as well as an existing bond beam. So when we draw this wall, we need to account for that. And so I'm going to teach you how to draw details from scratch. So let's go ahead and get started on that. First things first, we'll go to our wall sections and details. And you'll see we have all these already existing. We're going to assume that it's a monolithic slab. So we can copy one of these. Let's just put it right here for now. We're going to need this one. I'm going to tell them to put stucco on the exterior of this. I know it's got a garage door on it, but it still needs to be waterproofed. So we'll put this here. Okay. And we're going to need a bond beam and a lintel, but I'll teach you how to do that part. All right, so let's grab this stuff, copy it. Let's pull it to our foundation plan view. Paste. Let's just place it right here. Actually, let's move it to the other side of the house. Let's move it over here. So it's not in the way of anything else. We can slide this up. Grab this. And we're going to point to point it. Right there. We're going to line it up here. move this one down a little. We don't need this actually, this note, and we don't need this either. We're going to put here where this one is, existing footer to remain. We can pull this back a little to there. We can erase this. We're going to put here existing slab on fill. Let's get rid of 4-inch. Pull this out. Go. I do need all this other stuff. And actually, we don't need this double top plate. So we can get rid of this. Here. I'm just going to put single top plate. The reason we don't need a double top plate is because we already have a lintel as well as a bond beam up there that's supporting the roof. So this frame wall is not supporting the roof at all. Oh, this looks good. So now I don't like these arrows the way they are. So I'm going to go ahead and grab all these arrows. This arrow as well. I'm going to open them. You go to arrow. You can change how they look. I'm going to change them to this. And then the size, we're going to make it 2 inches. Hit OK. There we go. 4 inches on center, that's fine. Okay, and then see this piece of rebar here? We don't need this. We got our grade. This all looks good. Now, you're going to see this wall. It's a little less than 8 feet. Or it is 8 feet. Okay. We don't want it at 8 feet. We want 8 feet minus 16 inches. Actually, yeah, let's do 8 feet minus 16 inches. Put 8. So, which is not actually accurate because it's a different type of lintel going over the garage. It's a different size, but this isn't going to be to scale, so it's okay. Let's drop this down a little bit. And let's bring up a line to 8 feet. So we're going to go from here. I'm just going to pull this up. And then down at the bottom, you're going to see some numbers changing. They're down here. Let's do that again. So down here, you're going to see some numbers. We're going to pull that up till it says 8. All right, now I'm just going to pull the line across. And pull these items down. Let's get rid of this arrow for now. bring it back in a minute. Okay, so I know this is my 8-foot mark. And this is the outside of this wall. Actually, this is going to be scooted in because there's a garage door here. I didn't think about that. Okay, so all of this stuff needs to slide in 4 inches. We're going to go grab all of it and move it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have it there. Okay. I'm gonna just grab something here and bring it up to 7 feet ish. That's going to be our garage door. Okay, let's keep on going here. So this is my 8-foot marker here. I'm going to pull another line straight up. Details can be tricky because you're doing it from scratch. Now what we need to do is go to Library Browser, CAD Blocks, Detail Components, CMU Blocks and Bricks. We get 8-inch. And this is going to be a bond beam. We're going to grab our bond beam. We're going to put it right here so the corners match up. Grab it, go point to point, grab this corner, slide it right to there. There we go. That's that. And we're going to need another one. This one's going to have grout on it. I'm going to slide it in here. Let's put it here for now. Grab it. From there. Paste it to there. You can actually pull this up to make that 7-foot. But I'm just going to leave it. Let's see. Go to here. I don't like how that looks. So let's leave it at full length and we'll just pull all this stuff down. Okay. You can scoop this now up. We're going to put what's called a nailer up here. We can go back to our wall sections and you'll see that on these brick walls, we have these little guys. They're called nailers. What a nailer does is it's nailed to the concrete and it allows your drywall to be nailed to the nailer, so you're not nailing the drywall directly to the concrete. We're going to paste it. So we have the nailer there. Let's get rid of the piece of drywall. Grab it from this corner here. I'm going to pull that nailer right to there. Here we go. Looks like we're going to have to scoot this piece of drywall out. There. There we go. Now we have our nailer. Probably going to need nailers attached along all of this. All right, let's get rid of this line. We don't need it anymore. We don't need this anymore. But we will need we will be scooting. What we're going to do is scoot this, all of this back an inch. To line up. These are the types of things that happen when we're doing these renovations. You're building things on the fly. So you have to think about what you're building as you're building it. It's not a standard build. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be moving all of this back. We're going to be moving this wall back in. It looks like they're overlapping a little bit. Grab all this again. Go to point to point, and I'm going to grab this and slide it right to there. There we go. Should look a little nicer. We need to scoot this in. Let's see. Does it have a point here? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go from here to here. There you go. That looks a little nicer. And it makes sense here. This one needs to move back. Go from here to here. There we go. Now we can pull this up. So now we have our existing bond beam, our existing lintel. This is going to be our garage door. We can shade it, fill it in. Just put a small hatch angle. Put 0.5. Go. We have our mechanical bolt, our 2x4 PT. This is going to be bolted to the existing footer. We are going to stucco. Pull this up and paint so that it does have some protection from moisture. Even though we have a garage door here, the moisture is still going to get in. We have 2x4 studs, 16 inches on center in here. We're going to be running a single top plate, which is this. And this top plate, we're going to be bolting to this lintel here. So let's go ahead and put an arrow. You see that arrow is pretty large. We're going to have to change it. Double click the arrow, 2 inches. Okay. All right. Let's tighten all these up because we moved them. 1/2 inch drywall. That insulation is fine. This wood base we need to move. You just click on the arrows and you can pull them from these little handles. Pull it from here. If you pull from this diamond, it's going to create another arrowhead. See? So you don't pull from the diamond unless you want to move the arrow and create another bend. You pull from the circle. Now we have that there. We have a shoe at vinyl areas. And that's just in case they put vinyl flooring down. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab this screw here. It's not a screw, it's actually a bolt. Let's grab this bolt. Copy it. Paste it up here. We got most of it. Looks like we're missing a small piece. Copy. Just paste it to home, and we're going to just pull it over here somewhere. That did not work. I know how to do that. All right, so let's copy it. We're going to reflect about this. There we go. Okay, so now let's take this bolt, flip it, grab it from here. Let's put it, to be somewhere in here. Put it right there. There we go. Put this here. And this top plate needs to be pressure treated because anytime you're putting wood to concrete, it needs to be pressure treated wood for the moisture. So single, let's put PT for pressure treated top plate. Hit OK. Let's back this out a little bit. There we go. That's better. Pull this up. There. 1/2 inch by 5.5 inch mechanical bolts, 24 inch on center, max use 2-inch washer and nut. Perfect. We can use that same note. Pull this in. We're going to drop in an arrow. Again, the arrow is going to be way too large. We're going to have to shrink it. You'll see why in a minute. And we're going to pull this to here and open the arrow. Put 2 inches and hit OK. All right, so we have that now. We need to put the note for our nailer. Let's go here to our wall sections. We'll put 1/2 inch PT nailer. Okay, so that's the note we need to use. Just copy this, put it up here. One 1/2 inch pressure treated nailer. Let's put at bond beam. And lintel. There we go. Actually, we can just run it on the bond beam. Just put bond beam. All right. Pull this out a little bit more. Pull this up. Drop it down about here. And drop it in an arrow. Arrow 2 inches. Enter. Okay. All this looks good. Let's go ahead and put a roof on here just so it looks finished. We're not doing anything with the roof. We're pretty much just going to be dropping in a roof and just saying existing roof to remain. You see down here, I have all these roofs. Let's just grab one. Standard roof. This is a standard roof. Let's hit copy. We can do it down here by hitting this button. Let's go back to our foundation plan. We're going to hit paste. Let's paste it out here somewhere. We're going to leave the 1/2 inch ceiling drywall, R38 insulation. But we can get rid of all this other stuff. Right here, we're just going to put existing roof to remain. Hit OK. Let's get rid of this arrow. Pull this up. All this stuff can go. Can go. Can go. Now let's scoot this over to about here. We'll put an arrow here. Pull this down to about there. And open it. 2 inches. Okay. All right. That should do that. So now let's go ahead, copy all this. Well, we don't have to copy, we just need to move it. We're going to move it from this point right here. We're going to paste it right here on B. Go. Pull this out a little bit. Pull this in a little bit. Pull this down. Get rid of this note here. And we still need to put the detail. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy it. Go to our foundation plan view. Edit. Paste. Okay, and this is obviously not a concrete steps detail. We're going to put exterior frame wall detail at garage door. Okay. Looks like we need to extend it a little more. Okay. Let's slide this back a little. And we can pull this out by clicking on the line. And just pull the line out there. And we are going to be on S1, I believe, is our page. Let's double check. Yes, S1. So for this detail, this is going to be the first detail on page S1. So right here, we're going to type 01 for the first detail. And down here, you put what page it's on. This is on S1. So detail 1 on S1. You hit OK. That changes that. Let's slide this over a little more to the left. And right here on your foundation plan, we need to go ahead and indicate which wall it is. So we're going to come here to the text. Right here it says call out. See? Click on that. I'm going to put one right here. And we're going to put 01 S1. So that tells us that 01 S1, which is this detail here, is this location. Okay, now we need to move this to our other page. Looks like we still have some crazy stuff going on in here. So let's clean this up a little more. We're going to change these arrows. Okay. And let's see how we can do this. Maybe bring this up here. There we go. File, save. We need to move this all to the foundation plan. First things first, let's go ahead and move the plan itself. So we're going to hit File, Send to Layout, Current Screen, 1/4 inch, OK. Shrink this down. Okay, and now we need to move our detail. This we're going to come in at 1/2 inch instead of 1/4. So we're going to go File, Send to Layout, 1/2 inch. You're going to hit OK. Brings it in nice and big. Here. Now we have that detail there. That will do it for this video.